Well, you may have heard the news today that Broadway is now officially shut down through the end of May. That would be 7.5 months from now. Please understand, that does not mean that Broadway is coming back on June 1st. That means that Broadway is definitely not coming back before June 1st. Now, although this is in fact news, it is not a surprise to any of us that have worked on Broadway and are sitting here in the middle of this pandemic, realizing nothing I'm about to say has not been said before, and better than the way I'm going to say it, until there is a vaccine that we all feel safe with, like say approved by Fauci, not approved by some idiot that just is optimistically saying, sure, it's going to be great tomorrow. Until everyone has access to it and feels safe having it, we are not going to do Broadway. We are not going to do live events of any kind. People side by side together, on stage, backstage, off stage, front of house, in the house, whatever. Not going to happen. So most of us have been sitting here saying, next September, we hope. That said, seeing it in writing, hearing it announced today was still quite a blow. I miss Broadway so much. I miss the people I work with so much. So many of us are really struggling on the daily to just sit with the fact that we're just probably not going to work at all for 18 months. And there is nothing to go off and do. We've given our lives to what we do. It isn't as simple as, well, I'll just go to the other Burger King. It's not that easy. What is more dismaying is the fact that our governing people seem to give a shit that this industry and a lot of other industries, not just us, are completely just decimated, shut down without anyone to turn to and help. And the people that are governors and stuff who do want to push for funding for the arts to help us get through this, they're toothless. They're toothless in the face of fucking Mitch McConnell and everybody else. Let's be clear. I said this in a tweet a while ago and I'll say it again. Mitch McConnell could give a rat's ass about theater. Mitch McConnell has not been inside of a theater since the night that he saw Lincoln shot. So that's dismaying, that they'd rather spend energy right now to relieve anybody who's living in a pandemic. No, to shove through a nominee is what's important now. Don't even get me started on that whole thing. Even further dismaying is the fact that the Broadway League, who runs all of this and makes these decisions and stuff, have decided to go ahead with this bullshit virtual Tony Awards to boost morale in a truncated season where half of the shows that were even up to open didn't get to open or are not eligible for nomination, but we're still going to do a little razzmatazz song and dance virtually. For who? When they could have maybe spent their energy, their considerable energy and weight, pushing to get relief for all of us who have worked tirelessly for them our entire lives. So it's very dismaying today to just say, chin up, folks, theater will be back. And yes, it will. But it's going to be a long time. And what goes away before that, I'm not going to share half information, but I do know of at least one other Broadway show that is moving out of its theater, allegedly to go into storage, to allegedly come back again in the fall at a different theater. But don't ask me questions on it because I'm not going to tell you. And if that happens, yeah. And what other how many shows can sit there paying rent for 18 months in an empty theater? And what happens? And let's also be clear, I didn't have a show I walked away from when this all happened that I'm going to go right back to Wicked. I'm not. I was filling in at 3 different shows. The odds of people coming back to their job and saying, well, now that it's 18 months later and I'm back, I need the night off. Where's Billy? Doesn't seem likely. That said, there will be new shows coming in. We know this. I have always been taken care of. I will get through this and I will bounce back. But today, to keep on the bright side of this is not easy. That was a real blow. Not a surprise, but a blow. To see it in writing and know that it's me and all my friends. Okay, this is going to be a really long video. I'm going to go further. I am not a Broadway celebrity. So a lot of Broadway names are able to get on Zoom and do this thing and do that concert and do this event and do this fundraiser and do this appearance and do this thing. I'm just a dresser. a big mouth dresser with a considerable presence. When it comes to Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS, I am a force, and they know it, and I know it, and we know it, and I love it, and I love it, and I love it. Fuck. But I don't have a platform, okay? I am not like, now the cast of Blah is going to do a virtual thing. I'm not involved in that. I'm an island up here. I'm an island. So I am not with my people. So what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to sit with this, and I'm going to think of how can I use what I do, what I know, what I can do to get back in the conversation, to get back into this, and to be part of this thing. Because I am not a part of a we. I am I. And it's not cute. So, to all my fellows, yes, I know, we know, we're gonna get through this. Fuck shit, fuck shit. And, well, this is 2020, so anything can happen tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow suddenly Mitch McConnell decides to throw millions of dollars at Broadway. Maybe the Broadway Leagues decides to dump their Tony idea and fight to get that millions for us. Maybe someone does come up with an actual vaccine that is effective and we can get back to work sooner. And maybe I'll be the next big Broadway star. Maybe I'll take over Kristen Chenoweth's job. How's that? Sure, why not? Happy Friday.